Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christian. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, good day. Wherever you are, whenever you're seeing this, I hope you are good. So guys, today we're going to be getting into a reading all about what we can expect for this Mercury retrograde. Yes. Mercury is in retrograde again. It has been in retrograde for about 5 or 6 days now. And it's going to be in retrograde until August 10th or 11th, which is my birthday. So I'm super excited about this Mercury retrograde. Even though it's always a shaky time, I always see Mercury retrograde as, a land of opportunity, as a space to make change, a space to see things and be aware. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's my Scorpio rising that makes me kind of open to the harsh lessons that we have to go through during a Mercury retrograde or just in general. Shout out to, the Scorpio risings. Maybe I shouldn't even shout out Scorpio placements because it's very toxic. But for whatever reason, Scorpio placements, let me know if you guys feel the same. But I don't mind doing the hard work, doing the shadow work, having the hard conversations, honey. I don't mind. So I'm actually excited to figure out, what needs to change, what needs to be reviewed, what needs to be adjusted, and all of those things. I am going to be doing something different. I usually do private readings for the full moon and the new moon, but I am going to be doing private readings for the Mercury retrograde. The readings are going to be $25, and we're just going to be looking into everything you can expect during this Mercury retrograde. So if you guys are interested in one of those, you could check down below and get into it. I'll probably be doing those readings for maybe the next 2 weeks. So if you guys are interested in seeing a little bit more about how the Mercury retrograde is going to be affecting you specifically, you can check down below in the description box to get a private Mercury retrograde reading to get into the tea. But yes, I have some cards here as always, guys. So let's go ahead and get into it. I hope you guys are feeling good right now as we are enjoying the summer energy. And yeah, I hope you guys are just feeling good and, making the most of 2025. Let's go ahead and see what this Mercury retrograde is going to have in store for us. So we have woman holding a heart. We have door to value. Come on, door to value. We have cornucopia. And we also have goddess of the moon. Beautiful. So because we have goddess of the moon and woman holding a heart, these are both energies of love, of feminine energy, of intuitive energy, of being led by your emotions, of trusting your gut, of trusting your energies, of trusting the feminine high priestess introspective energy. Don't see this as a weakness that you're overthinking everything right now. Don't think that you're tripping. Don't think you're being too sensitive. Don't think that you're just feeling too deeply for no reason. There's a reason right now that, certain things that maybe wouldn't affect you that much, or certain things you would just be able to brush off. You can't let these things go. So I feel like you're in a really powerful space actually to learn from these energies. There's a lot to be learned from the goddess of the moon and from the woman holding a heart energy. I feel like if we have any issues in giving or receiving love with ourselves, if we have any issues in relationships, if we have any issues where, let me just slow down and get this thought together. Y'all know the thoughts be coming a million miles per minute. So I feel like if we are trying to show love or give love or just dedicate ourselves to something and we're having pushback or issues there, I feel like we're going to have to kind of revisit what that's been about, how we have been contributing to that pushback, what that's been, looking like for us, and how we've been experiencing that pushback as a whole. And we also have goddess of the moon. This is an energy of really listening to your intuition and seeking intuitive answers. So I think that's going to be something really important for this Mercury retrograde. Do not trust, what you think. Do not trust what you got to say to you. Allow yourself to learn and seek wisdom and, happiness and peace from other sources. Allow yourself to learn and absorb every different, thing that you can from your environment. Like I said, don't think that you're taking stuff too seriously or that you're being too nitpicky. You're being exactly how you need to be right now to peep what's going on. Also with cornucopia and door to value, cornucopia, this is all about, manifestations coming to pass, stepping into exactly what you've been wanting. And we have door to value. The door to value is about stepping into career, abundance, money, prosperity, wealth. So if we've been working to do some things specifically in career, this could be a really good time for things to go in our favor. But you want to use your intuition to guide you. You do not want to just make choices willy-nilly. And you don't want to try too hard either. I feel like this Mercury retrograde is going to gag you if you're trying too hard. Because if you're trying too hard, is it really yours if you faking it? Because trying too hard is low-key faking it, So I don't think we're being called to fake it till we make it. I think we're being called to just kind of sit back and be us and let it come to us because it's for you. It's not for the fake version of you. Like that. It's for you. So sit in it. We have get more information. Get more information a year from now. A year from now. We have no need to worry. no need to worry. We have be assertive, and we also have don't stop. Don't stop. So beautiful, powerful energies here of action, of moving forward, of, of trying and trying again and trying again. Don't stop and be assertive. So whatever you want and whatever you're going after, you want to be very, very specific about those things. You want to know that it's yours. You want to know that it's coming. You want to know that you're doing the work to step into it. And that's going to help you not feel so stressed or so worried. Like, if there's something that doesn't work out for you in the next couple weeks, I feel like you'll be able to have peace knowing that maybe you did all you could do, or that you dotted all your I's and you crossed all your T's, because things aren't always going to work out. But when they don't work out, what do? We question, what did I do wrong? I didn't do this. I didn't do this. How could I have done better? So when you know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, when you know that you're dotting your I's, you're crossing your T's, you're showing up for yourself, you're stepping into what you need to, it allows you to handle those moments a lot better. And it allows you to just keep going, because you're like, well, I guess it wasn't for me. What's next? It's never going to be that I'm not right for the blessing. It's never going to be that, I'm in a space where I'm not supposed to be blessed, or I'm in a space where I'm not supposed to have what I want or what I need. It's always, that thing isn't for me. That person isn't for me. That job isn't for me. And that can sound very, it can sound a little self-centered, because it's easy to turn that idea into, if something ain't for me, then it's a problem with the thing and it's not a problem with me. But when you're operating out of laziness, when you're operating out of not listening to your feelings and emotions, a lot of stuff is going to fall apart because of you. Like there's going to be a lot of things you miss. There's going to be a lot of mistakes that you make. There's going to be a lot of flops that you make because you're not tapped into what's happening and what's going on, and you're just ignoring stuff and you're not paying attention. It's a lot that you can miss in life, a lot that you can miss, and you look up and your friendships are falling apart, and you about to get fired, and you got all of this stuff going on, and you said you was going to do this 3 months ago, and all this time has passed. And when you're in spaces like that, you have to look within, and you always want to look within. But this is about being in a space where you can trust that you're doing the right thing. When you know that you're doing the right thing, even self-reflection hits different, because you're not looking to scold yourself. You're looking to figure out how you can be better. It's not about doing the wrong thing or doing something that sets you back, because you shouldn't even be doing stuff that sets you back no more. You should be beyond that. You should be past that, honestly. I feel like we're past self-sabotage. And if you're not past self-sabotage, then this could be your moment to get past it. This could be your moment to realize, why have I been doing this to myself? We have this get more information. So, take a look into a few things. Take a look into what's popping up for you in terms of practical things that you should be knowing, but also take a look at what's coming up for you emotionally and spiritually as you're working to be more vulnerable, as you're working to trust your gut, as you're working to let go of doubt. Be mindful of what's coming up for you in those spaces. We have no need to worry in a year from now. So be patient. I feel like it's always good to think about where you were a year before this time, where you are right now, where you want to be next year. I think, a trip around the sun is a good way to kind of, evaluate, okay, what really has been happening for me in these 4 seasons as I've been going through all of these different changes, as I've completed a complete cycle of my life. What does that look like? So this is a time to kind of reevaluate how far you've come and what you've been working on and what you've been doing and what more you need to be doing. So it's a space, like I mentioned, of reflection, yes, but happy reflection, good reflection. We have the reminder to don't stop and be assertive about what we want. So you definitely don't want to lose momentum, even if it takes a year before you're able to be like, wow, I'm exactly where I want to be. That's fine, girl. That's fine. You've been, upset for how many years? 20, 30, 16, 18, 42. How old are you? How many years you've been sitting around waiting? We can wait a couple more. We can wait one more year, So don't get discouraged when you're like, oh my God, a year from now. Honey, what's a year? What's a year? Especially when you have the daughter value, the cornucopia. I mean, this is your year, this is going to be a good year of preparation. That's why we have no need to worry. Please, this isn't supposed to be stressful and, down to the ground. No, we're supposed to be moving and grooving in this season. Let's keep going with the tea. How are you guys feeling about it? We have yoke, feeling tied down or frustrated. Feeling tied down or frustrated. Let's go one at a time. So we have yoke, feeling tied down or frustrated. I saw a message recently that was talking about being evenly yoked. And, if you are a Bible kid or a PK or you grew up in a church, you've heard that phrase, being equally yoked. Or if you just are in the world, you've heard that phrase. Feeling tied down or frustrated, feeling tied down or frustrated. The phrase equally yoked comes from, you see how they have a yoke on here, right? So essentially it'll be two animals or two people or two whatever in both of these things. And if you're not evenly balanced, one can pull the other down or cause stress and issues, right? So feeling tied down or frustrated, there could definitely be something in your life that could be weighing you down or burdening you, or just, bringing an imbalance, where you're trying all you can, but this thing is trying against you with all of its might. So be mindful of that. I think that if we have been fighting and fighting and fighting something, it's time to let that go. Like I mentioned in the beginning, I feel like, and this came so hard and fast, this message about this card, I literally had to stop because I didn't want to miss it. If you've been trying to make something work, maybe it's time to kind of figure out, one, why am I trying so hard? And two, if I have to let it go, can I? If I have to let it go, can I? And what does that look like? And this may be letting go of a dream you have. It may be realizing you have to go no contact with somebody. It may be realizing you have to switch up all of your plans. Who knows what it means for each of us specifically? Let's see if we can get some more tea, but definitely be mindful of it. Well, we have older man. So if this is about relationships, for some of us, it could be an older man, dealings or a relationship with an older man. Some of us could have even had an older man in our life that passed away, and maybe we weren't able to resolve some things with this person, and we're left with a lot of questions and we don't know what we need to do. We also have successful outcome to your problems. Let me see if there's any more. Okay, we have successful outcome to your problems, key. So I do feel like we're going to get what we need here. Of course, we have the message about manifestation and, cornucopia and things coming to pass. So it's a good season for us, objectively. Of course, there's other things that we're dealing with and letting go of, but we're feeling good. Successful outcome to your problem. So things are going to be turning a leaf. We have haystack karma. You will reap what you have sown. You will reap what you have sown. So if there are certain things in relationships or whatever, things are coming back up, cycles are ending, things are coming back up so we can be done with them once and for all. So be open to that. Don't turn away from things coming back up. Be open to it and say, okay, let me face this head on. Let me figure out what I need to do about this so we can move from this space to a next one. We also have Cain. Pay attention to your health. Pay attention to your health. Be mindful of anxiety, changes in your appetite, changes of your energy. Be mindful of depression. Be mindful of panic attacks. Be mindful of things that just don't make you feel your best. Be mindful of if you're getting enough rest, if you're putting the right things in your body. And if you're not, why aren't you? If you're not, why aren't you? We have angel, spiritual guidance and protection from harm. Love this card, spiritual guidance and protection from harm. And we have pin, new job or career. Hello, we have pin, new job or career. Angel, protection from harm. So know you're protected, know that you're safe. We do have older man here. So for some of us, this relationship could be dealing with an older man. But again, we have yoke, feeling tied down or frustrated. So, this is going to be about you realizing what burdens you and what doesn't, what causes you physical anguish and what doesn't. Certain relationships and certain stress will literally weigh heavily on your spirit. Like if there are certain things, depending on how empathic you are, depending on how tuned in you are with what you're experiencing. Because some people can literally just disassociate and not tap into what's going on in their life for months, But for the rest of us that, have to feel things, and we can only disassociate for a few minutes before we're back to reality, it's so important to just be mindful of how those things are affecting you on all levels. Because you don't want to let it get out of hand, and it will develop into serious, issues. You can have stomach ulcers. You can develop tumors in your body. You can develop issues in your brain. Like there's so many different things that can happen when we're not taking care of ourselves. Stress is literally the number one killer. So it's so important that we're being mindful of what stresses us, what causes us anxiety, what makes us question, what makes us feel unsafe. That's important to be mindful of, because that kind of stuff can be generational. It can be triggered from another situation we dealt with in our life or in our childhood. So heal that, recognize that stuff, recognize what brings you to that point so we can do something about it. And in this season, you're probably going to be recognizing, pay attention to your health in this Mercury retrograde. If there's certain things that trigger certain stuff for you, be mindful of it. If you realize, oh, I feel more energized this time, I feel more, more pep in my step during this time, you want to be mindful of that and use it to your benefit. Let's keep going, y'all. We have your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn, period. Your hard work is paying off. So, we're not manifesting out of thin air. Child, what's up with this new romantic connection, honey? I've been getting this card in every spread, y'all. A new romantic connection begins. New moon in Libra. Okay, girl, we know new love is on the way. We know. Have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon. Have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon. So things are coming to pass. You want to have faith. Your hard work is paying off. So that's confirmation. Keep going. Don't stop. Be assertive. Keep going. And a new romantic cycle begins. We're doing all of this work so we can be prepared for the new romantic cycle that is coming in. We want to be prepared. We want to feel good. And we want to know that we're in the right space. Let's keep going, guys. We have water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. I love this card. Make sure that you take care of yourself this month. Make sure you give yourself a break. Make sure you say, you know what? I'm not going to be there this weekend. Make sure you say, you know what? I'm going to use that PTO. I'm going to not take on this project by myself. I'm going to get some help. I'm going to take that staycation. I'm going to order out and treat myself. I've been, cooking every meal. I've been saving my money. I'm going to treat myself tonight. Take the time to really care for yourself. And we have body care. We also have pay attention to your health. So maybe, get a massage, see the chiropractor, go to your doctor, take care of yourself, pour into yourself, do the things that you've been meaning to do for yourself, but that you've been holding off on. We also have portal. Doors are opening. You decide. Rewards, wild card. I love this card because this puts the power in our hands. This says that God is going to set us up with a new stage, and it's up to you how you want to perform. It's up to you how you want to present yourself and what you want to do and what you want to get out of that space. So take that as a position of power and make the most of it. We also have earth pulsing. Pulse of the mother, slow down in time and nature. Pulse of the mother, slow down in time and nature. So this is also a beautiful message because we have all of these messages about go forward, don't stop, be assertive, step into it. The outcome is going to be successful. Keep going, new job or career. But we have slow down, take time in nature. So trust that everything's going to unfold as it needs to. Don't feel like you have to rush anything. Don't feel like you have to get beside yourself. Don't feel like if you don't do it right now, right here, it's not going to be taken care of. Really just kind of allow things to fall into place. Of course, show up for yourself. Check in on that to-do list. Make sure that you're doing things that are helping you align. But don't let that stress creep back in. Don't let that I'm not doing enough creep back in. Really be mindful of how you're feeling, and make those connections. Again, be mindful of what you're feeling. Tap into that goddess of the moon energy and let your feelings kind of guide you and teach you new things about yourself in this season. We also have you're not alone, isolation, physical connection, and community. You're not alone. So connect with others, connect with your spirit team, pray. Don't allow yourself to feel like you're alone in this season. If you're feeling alone, reach out for help. There's always help and support out there for you. So make sure you're consistently reaching out and pouring into others. We also have strength and guidance as we're wrapping up, guys, strength and guidance. So know you're strong. I feel like we've had a message about strength. I can't remember, but you're strong. You're strong. You're prepared. You can do it. It's been given to you for a reason. So take it and run with it. We have listen deeply. Make sure you're listening very intently to what you want and where you're going. And we have opportunity and change. So again, with listen deeply, we started off with these feminine, intuitive energies, goddess of the moon and a woman holding a heart. Let these energies let you go forward. Lots of prayer, lots of meditation. Listen intently to yourself and to what you're getting from the universe. We have opportunity and change. A space where we could do new things, step into new spaces, and really soar. And that's what we've been wanting. We've been craving change. We've been craving newness. And I think we're realizing how we need to get the change. Like, the change can't come if I'm still doing this. The change can't come if I'm still doing that. And that's why it's taken some time for this new season to be presented to us. A lot of us have been waiting for a breakthrough or change or a new beginning for a very long time. Some of us since 2020 or even before then. So I feel like now is, a season for us to see that we're ready, know that we're ready, and, just be ready to kind of take advantage of every step. And mind you, we're always going to be preparing for something. That's the beautiful thing about life. Even when we're done with this earth experience, we're going to continue to move and groove and experience things and, travel through wherever we're going to be. So it's just important to just get used. I've been talking about that, getting used to the flow, being excited about the flow, letting it be something that makes you feel good and excited about where you're going. And just, putting your trust in yourself and putting your trust into the process and into God, of course, and into your intuition. So yes, guys, that is what I have for you guys about this Mercury retrograde. Let me know how you guys feel about the Mercury retrograde. How has it been treating you so far? If you guys want to get a private reading to see how you are going to be affected by this Mercury retrograde, Retrograde, check down below in the description box. Those readings are $25 and we're going to be doing them for a couple of weeks while the retrograde is going on. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all very, very much. And I thank you guys for being here. And I will see you guys next time. Bye guys. Bless.